Hey guys, it's LaShanda Henry here, aka Sister Sense, with round two of me jumping on here so I can share the Revenue Readiness Roundtable session with you. Try to say that 3 times fast. So, all right, I'm going to try this again. I'm super excited to be on here to share after my Fire Start Your Year weekend workshop here in North Carolina, where I had the opportunity to share with some lovely ladies in my circle some smart ways that they could fire start the year with strategy and intention. Hey guys, welcome back. I jumped off real quick. Listen, when you do a workshop for 3 days, you tired and your phone is tired. So I want to make sure, though, that I do this workshop with you guys because I promised that I would do this web class. So this is me taking you inside of the workbook that we did this weekend. So when you go to, write this down, sistersense.com/REVUP, you will download the PDF, the free sneak peek of what we did this weekend. All right, y'all? My apologies. This is part 2. I've got my phone plugged in because it's about to die on me. Hopefully it don't try and die on me again. But I'm going to make this work. I am back. Listen, my phone was about to die. Print is jumping all over me. Look, see? I'm a hot mess right now. I had to plug in the phone. Print, don't touch it. Don't touch it. And you could probably see, yes, thank you for jumping back on here with me. You could probably see the dark circles around my eyes because, listen, this weekend was on and popping. We had so much fun. 3 days together with the ladies here in Greenville. And we worked, I want to say, last night they left the room at midnight. Every night we were up until midnight. So we did some fun. It was like a little slumber party. So I'm rocking my Sister Sense tee, y'all. All the ladies got their Sister Sense tees, and a few other good goods, including this right here. So let me talk about revenue readiness. Number one, make sure you go to sistersense.com/rev-up so that you can download one of the things, which is this good. Well, it's not the whole thing. You're going to get 12 of the pages in this workbook. First thing I want you to take a look at are some of the revenue readiness acronyms that I want to share with you here. PYP, which is number 1, pick your products. You want to think about the products that you want to be focused on this year, particularly the first quarter, so you can really be strategic and intentional. Number 2, AIMS. Am I missing something? One of the things that I want to do is talk to you about some of the integral pieces that you might be missing. It's funny, one of those pieces is your e-commerce essentials. And every single lady that came out this weekend, they set up their shop. So they all have online stores and they have products in the stores. Because you guys, raise your hands. How many of you got ebooks or books? You've got courses. You've got things that are sitting there, but they're not actually available online to sell. And a lot of my mentees who came out this weekend, they were in that boat. So I said, before you walk away out of this door and before you leave Greenville, we're going to have that store up and we're going to have some products in the store too. So that was definitely something that you need to think about because they needed to think about when it came to revenue. Are you ready for sale? Some of you don't have your stores up. You want to monetize, but you ain't bringing in no money, honey, because you don't got a store. Right? So we're going to talk about e-commerce essentials tonight. I did one of a pre-revenue readiness session with you guys while I was in the workshop this weekend, and I talked about making sure that you've got like your e-commerce essentials, like your card readers. I used to have the old PayPal card reader, and then I went and got this one at a workshop after I went to a workshop and realized my old PayPal card reader, the triangle, wasn't working no more, and I had to get a new one. Hey Don, hey LaShanda. That was a big one for me. And it's funny because as I jumped on here to do the web class, one of the ladies in my circle, Yandel, was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know the old triangle wasn't working no more. And I'm like, yes, boo. E-commerce essentials. Make sure either you don't get the ones you don't have or you update the ones that you've got that are outdated. I see E. Michelle says, I set up my sales store today. Awesome. So kind of virtually being a part of the experience, because one of the things that we did this weekend is we worked on stores. Most of the ladies set up via Cells, but one of my mentees, her store is on PayHip. So I worked with her to integrate that into her website, and we had a great time. So first thing, again, PYP and looking at your aims as well as your SAS. And what is the SAS? As I sit on the, as I say SAS, I feel like a hot mess today. I'm tired, y'all. But I love you, and I wanted to jump on here. I put my foot on the ring light, and it just went bloop. But, you know, we'll make it work. As I say to you, SAS, that means set up and sell. So being in a space where if there are particular resources that you need to be in a position to sell your products, you have them. Okay? Now, before I get into the good of today, feel free to share this out, because of course sharing is caring. And number 2, if you're watching me on the replay side, remember to drop into the comment box, #replaysrock. Now, I got to do this before I do anything else, because I see that Donnie, are you still here, Donnie? Are you with me? Hey, Yondell, how are you, sweet pea? So listen, y'all, remember, sistersense.com/rev up. When you go there, click on the link to download your free sneak peek of the Fire Start Your Year workshop that we did this weekend, so you can get 12 of the pages in this workbook. Number 2, you get to look inside Fire Start Your Steps, the sneak peek edition. One of the things that you'll find is that some of the amazing ladies in my circle are featured. And Donnie, who's that in the middle? That's you, boo. So we've got Cynthia and Marilyn and Dawn and Rhonda and Barbara. They are among the first to be a part of this writing collaboration here. And you can download the free sneak peek PDF version when you go to sistersense.com/rev up. You can download this good. Fire Start Your Steps. This is an opportunity. It's a writing collaboration to share other entrepreneurs who want to share their startup stories, their success secrets, and their smart start solutions. And you can get this PDF. This is not the official finished version, but this is the beginning version, right? And E. Michelle says, Don McCoy. Yeah, look, see, that's my Donnie right there in the middle. My OGs and my newbies in the mix. Yay. So you can get the PDF version of this absolutely free, the sneak peek, at sistersense.com/rev up. All right? Because it's all about your revenue and revving up your efforts to really be strategic and intentional with respect to your vision this year. So let's get some clarity today. Let's get some clarity. Feel free to share this out with those of people in your circle who that you feel like they need to hear this. You can tag them in this as well, as I'm rocking my Sister Sense tee today. Can y'all see it, y'all? All the ladies got a lot of swag from me this weekend. And one of the things they got is their Sister Sense tees. I was showing it to y'all before, and then I had to cut off, and my phone is dying, and I was just like, Lord of mercy. Okay. But this is round 2, and hopefully my phone doesn't die on me because I just plugged it out again. Okay, so one of the pages that you get inside of your workbook, hey Roxanne, is this one right here, your free sneak peek, right? And wait, okay, there are multiple pages of the offers. This is set up and sell. Let's go back here. This is focus, goals, and routines, okay? So let me zoom in on this page right here. When you look at your offers, you want to think about what you need to focus on, your goals, and your income. So you can download a free version of this. This is your 12-pager when you go to sistersense.com/rev up, REVUP, rev up, all right? And tomorrow, y'all, I'm going to do a live webinar training on blogging. The blogathon is going to be live. It's going to be lit. If you want to be a part of it, the link to the blogathon is also at sistersense.com/rev up. So you can either participate live or get access to the replays, okay? So when it comes to your revenue readiness, you want to think about these 3 columns that I have here for you. First column being, are you currently selling? What are you currently selling online, but also what are you currently selling offline? Then you want to take a look at what you want to sell and then what you should be selling. And should be selling are recommendations that I'm going to talk to you about tonight. But first thing is identify for yourself, what do you currently sell versus want to sell this year. Come on, we are almost finishing the first month, and if you ain't done nothing yet, you really need to get strategic with your dates and your deadlines. So identifying what you want to sell and when you want to produce and publish and promote these bad boys, really important. So for example, one of the things that I wanted to sell was my Monetize Now 12-month program, and I launched that this year. And that link is also on that page. So remember, a lot of the good resources that I'm sharing with you today, you can find at sistasense.com/REVUP, which is Rev Up. All right. So think about that and feel free to drop into the comment box. When you go there and you download this, well, not all of this, you get your free version of this. One of the things you can do is print it out and start to really get strategic about what you're trying to create, okay? So let me talk about what you currently are selling versus want to sell versus should be selling, okay? Let's talk about your client types. So this weekend, I hosted my workshop here in North Carolina. Ladies came out. We had a great time really mapping out their products. We created their stores. We did a 30-day campaign, a marketing campaign, revenue reach routines, those 3 core words. That's what we focused on. It was a complete implementation weekend. So one of the things that you'll get inside the free workbook the free workbook version is this page right here. 4 types of clients. When you're thinking about being ready for revenue, you've got to think about how many clients you work with. The more client types you work with, the more opportunities you have to bring in more money. Okay, so let's talk about that. For me, when I started working online, I was working with one type of client, which is the DFY. Done for you services. So people come to me, hey, can you do my website for me? Sure, boo, I got you. Here you go. Done for you. I diversified and pretty much have content and products to sell to 4 types of clients, which means I'm bringing in more money. Now, a few years ago, I created a system. It's called XXX Your Success. I was at the time only selling the 3 types, but then I discovered there was a 4th type, and I share them with you here. So number 1, you've got the DIY. How many of you have DIY products? So if you do, put DIY in the comment box. Do you have DIY products? All right. Now, of course, remember, if you're watching me on the replay side, drop into the comment box #replaysrock. And if you feel like this is something other entrepreneurs in your area or in your circle need to hear, feel free to share out this training. Now, DIY products, being in a space where I create courses and I create ebooks and audios that people can listen to and do the training themselves. That's the DIY content. It's also my LPPs. Hold on, I got this little mini me here. Where did you get chopsticks from? Where did you get chopsticks from? Come here. Come here where we can see you. If you got, LPP, low price point products, normally anything under $100, I put in the LPP section. What DIY content have you created? That's number 1. Type number 2, like I mentioned before to you, as a service professional web designer, your done for you offers. So if you want to expand and be ready for more revenue this year, one of the things you need to consider is what types of clients and customers you are reaching. So I know you know DIY and maybe you know DFY, which is done for you versus do it yourself. But the next 2, those are my signature Sister Sense acronyms. So if you hear anybody say these things, you know they got it from me, and that's trademark, by the way. You tell them when that stuff is your signature systems and nobody else can say them and sell them, because those are yours. The first one here is BLY, BLY stands for Be Like You. And one of the reasons why I came up with this acronym is because a lot of people would come to me and say, even ladies who are like 65 and 85, and I'm like 38, I'm going to be 39 this year. They will say, LaShanda, I want to be like you when I grow up. And so a BLY is you creating maybe a mentorship or coaching or consulting experience so that literally people can learn how to become you and be able to be in a space where they can take the examples of what you've done, the results you've created for yourself or for other people, and then rinse and repeat those things in their lives. So if you think about your own systems or processes, that routines that you create, are you selling those routines to other people? That is the BLY experience, okay? So what I want to do is, as I'm sharing just a little bit of the good, because come on now, we worked for 3 days straight. And I said to y'all, I said, I feel like a hot mess because I'm a little tired. I don't know if you can see the black ringies around my eyes. The ladies came on Friday. Then we worked on Saturday and we wrapped up today on Sunday. And one of the ladies, Cynthia, she said, oh my God, LaShanda, you make technology so fun and so easy. We just had a good time, an intimate space. We were in a beautiful suite here in Greenville. And I tell you, boy, we worked until midnight. And last night we were talking and laughing, and it was like 11:45. I said, ladies, I love you. You don't got to go home, but you got to get up. I need to go to sleep. Just kind of digging in. We had so much fun. And I wanted to do this revenue roundtable so at the very least I can give you some of the training and give you some of the kind of information that I shared with the ladies this weekend. But of course, it wasn't just simply me talking, but them creating content. They created their stores, marketing campaigns, and a lot of good. Yes, today we actually did social media graphics and videos. So I had them in front of the ring light doing their videos behind their brand photos, and it was a lot of fun. It was a good time. So BLY, like I mentioned to you before, is you being in a space where you create services and experiences for people who want to be like you. Think about people who keep coming to you and saying, man, I want to be like you when I grow up. And then the last one here, another signature Sister Sense system, or rather signature Sister Sense acronym, is DWY, the people who want done with you services. That's relatively new, as far as me realizing that some people, they don't just want me to do it for them or do it by themselves. They want to do it together so that they have some additional support. And when they're feeling like they're second guessing themselves or they're doubting themselves, they can do a little bit, I can do a little bit, and we can create amazing together. So the DWY, done with you services, that's a combination of giving people that opportunity to be empowered and do some things on their own, but to kind of build them up, their self-esteem and their confidence, because they know that you're kind of behind them and you're holding them up and helping them do some of the things they're not quite completely experienced in and comfortable doing on their own. Okay. So I ain't gonna give you all the good, but you do get a few of the pages in this workbook absolutely free when you go to sistersense.com/rev up. Now there are a few links when you find yourself on that page. One of those links is to get access to the Fire Start Your Year virtual conference. I did that 2 weeks ago. You can get the replays if you haven't already done so. That was amazing. 6 hours, y'all, virtually. So when you get them replays, you're going to have to chop it up and do a little bit at a time. But I tell you, it's a lot of meat, and it's the kind of value that's going to help you really get some clarity about the revenue, the reach, and your routines, being strategic about your year. Okay? But whether you get it or not, right here, I want to be able to help you with that process. Okay? So let me show you a few other pages that you get when you are in the print, when you print out the free version, and then also talk about a few other things that are really important today. It's so good that I see you, literally, Yandel, when I jumped on to do this web class today. Hey, Mentor Shelly, how are you, sweetie? When I jumped on, I saw your comment, because yesterday in the middle of the workshops, I said one of the things that we focused on were these three right here. SAS, set up and sell. So getting your e-commerce essentials, getting your products published, and getting your shop and sales pages online. We did that together, and I'm really proud about the fact that every lady left with an online store. For me, that's a big accomplishment, because a lot of people, they have stuff and it's sitting on their websites, and they're, well, not on their websites, sitting on their computers, but they don't have the products online to sell yet. So we made that happen. Now, one of the pages you get in your free workbook is this one right here on e-commerce essentials. Does everybody here have your PayPal business? Yes? Yes. Do you have your PayPal.me? PayPal.me allows you to quickly create short invoices that you can send out to people. So for example, in between our sessions, we were eating, we were having a good time. We were like, what are we eating today? We having Chipotle, we having Noodles and Company. What are we eating today? So the ladies would order, we would order online, and they would just PayPal me, and I would buy everybody's food. So I also had fruit, and I had muffins, and I had juice, and we had all these little snacks and things, because we were snacking in between the eating. But when they wanted to order their lunches and dinners, then they PayPal me the funds. We did that through PayPal.me. So it was really easy to create little links. They could go to my page and then say, oh, here, LaShanda, here's $10, $15, get me my dinner. Let's keep working and doing this thing, right? So hopefully everybody here has gone to paypal.me to get a little short link. So how do you use those short links? So for example, mine is paypal.me/LaShanda Henry, no spaces. You would think I would have did Sister Sense, but I did LaShanda Henry. So literally you go there. If you want to say, LaShanda, I'm going to bless you with $100 today, you pop that in there, you pay me, I'm good. So somebody comes to you and says, oh my goodness, I love your products. That's beautiful. I want one right now. Oh, you want one right now? All right. All you got to do is go to paypal.me/Yandel, pay it, and let's make it happen. Ready for revenue? Listen, sometimes I'm in my car and a client will email me. Literally, there was one of my clients who she emailed me and said, LaShanda, I need you to do some updates for me. And I think it was maybe either $250 or $450. I was in my car and I didn't have time to go and make a PayPal invoice or any of that. So I literally made the link. I said paypal.me/LaShanda Henry /450, emailed her the link, and before I was in my driveway, she had paid me the $450. You want to be ready for revenue, you got to make sure that you have your e-commerce essentials, okay? So I already assume that all of you have PayPal businesses, but maybe you don't have a paypal.me or, and as I was mentioning before, an updated card reader. Who has the triangle, the old PayPal swipe card reader triangle? Because that's what I had. I didn't realize that it was outdated and the app doesn't even recognize it anymore. So I had to go and log into my PayPal and purchase this one, which was about $15. It's not a lot of money. But I was at an event when the triangle was not working and baby girl needed her money. So we left the event for like 10 minutes, ran to the local Best Buy, and I bought me this square. Can you see it with the ring light? And I set my Square up in about 20 minutes, and I was off to the races. I like Square, but I love PayPal. So I had to create a Square account on the fly. Thank God I was able to get this bad boy for about $12, but I prefer to have the new PayPal card reader. Does everybody have their new card reader? Because that's important. If you don't, make sure you log on to your PayPal and get one. Like I said, I saw Yandel. You were like, oh, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that I needed a new one. Yolanda says, I have the Square reader. Yeah, so the Square is pretty awesome, but because the majority of what I do is through my PayPal account, making sure that I've got an updated PayPal card reader was really, really important to me. And one of the things I talked about with the ladies is if you have just PayPal, you want to make sure that you also get Stripe, because some of my clients don't like PayPal, just being honest and transparent. So 50%, I'm going to say it's an even split. Half the people, when they buy from me, they buy through my Stripe, and the other half buy through PayPal. So for me, making sure that I have different options for my clients makes sure that I am really revenue for all I'm really ready for all forms of revenue that come into me. And for those of you just coming in here right now, I'm doing my revenue readiness roundtable, taking you inside of some of the things that I talked about. See, it's The phone is about to die again. All right, I can't do another round. I can't do round 3. So hold on, y'all. Let me plug this bad boy in. I'm sharing with you guys some of the things that I talked about this weekend. For some reason, when I plug this in, the phone gets wonky, and I had to turn it off and pause and restart, and I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do that again. So let's make this work. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It says low power. I do have Stripe. Some don't like PayPal. I didn't like it until I started my business. Yeah, E. Michelle. So you want to make sure that you got options and you give them options as well. Print. Stop chewing on stuff. You a hot mess. You do look nice though. She got a little bath and she got brushed, so you don't look like a hot mess anymore. Mama looks like a hot mess. I need a nap. But I will nap next week, because this week I've got a lot going on. Tomorrow I have the Boss Up Blogathon. If you haven't registered, make sure that you do when you go over to sissasense.com/rev up. One of the things that you will see there is the Boss Up Blogathon, because tomorrow it's going to be on and popping for at least 3 hours. I'm going to work with some of you on how to create up to 30 days worth of blog content. Plus, I'm going to take you inside of my blog on WordPress so I can share with you how to do some really cool things in there. So making sure you've got your e-commerce essentials, really important. All the ladies set up their sales stores. And we also talked about ConvertKit as well. Some ladies are trying to transition from some of the other platforms that they're using. Making sure that you've got the right resources is really important. Okay. So I'm going to pause on that one because there's just so much more that I could say there. But I am going to move on to the next thing. Now, this page is not in the freebie workbook, but this is the PYP Publish Your Products page. One of the things that we worked on this weekend were the Call Me and the Work With Me pages. So you may have people who come to you and say, man, can I pick your brain? Can I take you out? I made sure that all my ladies was like, oh, yes, if you want to pick my brain, it's $175 an hour. So everybody created their Call Me pages as well as their Work Me pages. And there's a difference between the two. So let me just kind of explain that to you before I move on to the next page that's actually in your document. The PDF that you get to download for free over at sissasense.com/REV up. Rev up. Okay, so you'll see a few things there. You can register for the blogathon that's happening tomorrow or get the replays, whichever one you prefer. The blogathon right now is $30 for the blogathon and the replays. It ain't gonna be that price forever, but the link is on sissasense.com/rev up. You can get access to the Fire Start Your Year virtual replays, plus you can get a few freebie downloads, including 12 pages from the workbook that we worked in this weekend. But listen, I'm going to do another live workshop here in North Carolina, either March or April. And if you want to come out and hang out with me, I'm going to do another one in the suite. It just worked out really well this weekend. If you want to come out, and just email me and say, LaShanda, I want to be on that wait list. Okay, so I can be there. And my ladies made it very clear to me that they liked being in a group of 5. They knew you better not have no more than 5 people in this room. It was nice, it was intimate, and everybody had a lot of one-on-one attention with me. Now, the difference between the Call Me versus the Work With Me. Call Me is being able to create an offer so that people can schedule a call with you, whether it be 60 minutes or 90 minutes or 3 hours plus, and pay you for your time. So we created the Call Me pages, and then the ladies were able to connect them to their scheduling systems. So some ladies had Acuity, other ladies had Calendly, and we set those things up that day so that they could say, okay, thank you so much for the $100 for your session. Go here to book on my calendar. Does everybody have a calendar, a scheduling system? Is everybody ready for revenue when somebody says, I want to call you and get mentorship or consulting or coaching? Yes, 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 hopefully. Okay, that's Call Me versus Work With Me. Now, Work With Me is Call Me and then some. So if somebody says, LaShanda, oh, I want to work with you, I say, go to SissaSense. Well, go to workwithme.sissasense.com. LaShandaSmith.com. When you go there, you'll be able to download a guide that has several things in there. Number one, if you want to be a part of my mastermind, if you want to get my web services, if you want to be in a space where you talk to me one-on-one in a private call, if you want to get my media kit because you want me to come out and speak, or you want me to do an interview online and get my photo or my logo, everything that you need when it comes to learning about how you can work with me is inside of my Work With Me PDF guide. So I made sure that the ladies could create and or update their Work With Me's when they was coming out this weekend. So we did a lot of good in the last 3 days. And I tell you something, I said, listen, y'all, you tell me when you're like, LaShanda, stick a fork in me, I'm done. Hun, I want to go to sleep. And I thought these ladies would maybe go until like maybe 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. And I'm telling you, it was like midnight. It was 12:30 on Friday in the night. And they were like, okay, LaShanda, now I'm done. They're like, I'm about to get all of my money's worth. But I loved it because a lot of ladies said to me, hands down, they spent a lot of money, thousands of dollars plus on different experiences. And I've got them saying, you know, this is the best thing they've ever invested in, which for me was a beautiful thing. So, you know, I definitely want to be in a space where I can share with you. Let me make sure that I got all me. Prin. Make sure that I got me in this little shot here, that I can share with you as much as I can share with you when you have access to me, right? You know, you were just so happy. She hasn't seen me for 3 days, so she's tugging at me. She got the camera moving all kind of ways. Listen, this is what happens when mommy goes away for a few days, huh? You get lonely? Okay. Now you smell so good. You got a bath. You don't smell like little messy face anymore. Hot mess. You could do the ears and the cheeks, but not the lips. Not the lips. We don't do lips in this house. So do you have your call me pages as I sit here and act a fool with Prin? Do you have your call me pages and your work me pages? Mentor Shelly says, I need to set it up. Okay. Well, this is what we're talking about in this revenue readiness conversation. Feel free to share this web class out. If you know somebody who needs to hear it, share it. And then, of course, you can tag them in it as well. One of the things that you'll get when you go to sistersense.com/rev up is you'll get 12 of the pages that we worked on inside of the training. And remember, I said to you, one of the first things that you'll see is some of the acronyms. One of those is AIMS. Am I missing something? So you being able to identify if you're missing some e-commerce essentials, are you missing getting really clear about the products that you want to sell versus should be selling. Thus far, I shared with you 4 types of clients. Maybe you are really creating products for the DFY, but not realizing you could do products for the DIY. How can you expand and reach more clients doing the same things that you're doing? These are all really, really important conversations. Lavon says, that's next for me. Okay, awesome. So here's the deal. One of the ladies in my circle, she came and she has a beautiful planner, Cynthia, of Cynthia White and Associates. And her planner is the Rest and Build Planner. So one of the things, by the way, that I gave all of the ladies, as you can see, I'm rocking my apologies. My tripod doesn't normally move this much, but I got the charger in because I don't want to die on me again. As well as a few other things. All the ladies got their printed planners. They got their Sister Sense t-shirts, their swag bags. They got remote controls and wireless mouses and all kind of stuff. So I always fill up my goodie swag bags for my ladies. But also they got the Fire Start Your Steps. So when you go to sistersense.com/rev up, you're going to get a sneak peek PDF of my upcoming writing collaboration, Fire Start Your Steps. And I'm still accepting collaborations, pieces from ladies who want to share their startup stories and their smart start business solutions for entrepreneurs. You can let me know if you're interested in learning more about the writing collaboration, but you can get the sneak peek that's free. And here are some of the ladies who came out for the workshop. They are in the original sneak peek version because I wanted to make sure when they came out, they got an awesome surprise. So when they opened their swag bags, I was like, turn to the back. And they were like, oh, that's me. And Donnie, I so missed you. I know that you had bronchitis, boo. But, you know, I so wanted to see your beautiful face there. So I said, just in case my Donnie can make it, I had to have you in there as well. Your piece is in there. And they've got some great recommendations. It's funny, as soon as I said Dawn, bam, here is her piece here. And she's talking about leadership secrets, balance your way to success, 6 ways to dress like you mean business by Cynthia White. Things that you need to do when you're thinking about becoming a creativepreneur by Rhonda, aka Turquoise Blue. And this, I mean, these are great reads from the ladies in the circle. They're all experts in their own right, and you get the sneak peek absolutely free. You can download the PDF at sistersense.com/rev up. And again, if you want to be a part of the official one that I'm going to have on Amazon, you can check in with me and say, LaShanda, when can I submit my piece? Because I want to be featured in the writing collaboration. I want to work with you on that. This is one of the many projects that I'm working on as part of the Sister Sense Success Series, the self-published series for women entrepreneurs. Dawn says, wish I could have, wish I should have. I know, but you were sick because the baby got you sick. Listen, I said to you, my son gets me sick all the time. So I know they come home with all their little kindergarten, first grade, third grade germs, and they go, mommy here. So I totally understand. But, you know, I said, just in case Donnie could come, as soon as I got your submission, I made sure that I featured it in the sneak peek version. So let's keep on keeping on in this revenue readiness conversation. And one of the ladies, Cynthia White, like I said, she came with her planner. And I said, okay, Cynthia, you've got 2 audiences here. I said, number 1, because she does personal branding, she does lifestyle coaching. She's got a wealth of information. I said, first of all, your planner appeals to the DIY audience because you are creating an experience for them so they can get your planner and they can do it themselves, right? But that's only number 1. Number 2, your planner appeals to the BLY audience. And she was like, huh? And I said, you talk about personal branding and things that you can do to build your image and make a better image, right? I said, well, you created your planner and that helped you build your personal branding. She said, yes. So you can teach your people about personal branding by saying, here is my planner. Let me talk to you about how I created my planner so you can create your planner. Because guess what? How many people want to create planners, right? And everybody in my circle was like, either I have a planner or I want to make a planner, right? And you know, I have mine, and I think Marilyn had her planner there as well. So many people in their own niches and industries have planners. Everybody here have one, or somebody want to make one? Trust me, I'm sure a lot of you will go, yes, I'm trying to figure out how to make my planner right now. So I said, because you've already made one and that helped you with your personal branding and your image, you can do a teaching session on that for your client base. So what you're doing is going to cater not only the DIY people who will buy your planner, but it's going to cater to the BLY people who want to be like you and learn how you do the things that you do in your business. So she goes, oh. One of the things that we did this weekend was talk about not just what the ladies had, but what they wanted to create. So when I said to you, when you download the free version of this workbook, because by the way, if you didn't watch the virtual version of Fire Start Your Year, you missed out. But guess what? You can just get the replays when you go to sistersense.com/rev up. When you get your free PDF, one of the things that you'll see, as I make sure that I open this correctly, is you'll see this here. So I want you to be able to identify for yourself what you're currently selling, maybe some things you're currently selling offline that you need to sell online. So for the ladies, we identified some of these, like they had ebooks, they had planners, they had services, they had coaching packages, stuff that's kind of ready but not online. So we created their stores so they could put them online. So what are you currently selling that's not online yet, right? What do you want to sell? Meaning, what do you need to make sure that you are creating a calendar? I'm going to start creating this and I'm going to push this out and launch it in February. I'm going to launch it second quarter. I'm going to launch it after Christmas. What are you putting in the I want to sell? Because you need to be strategic about when you're going to create these things and launch them. And then last but not least, what you should be selling is me sharing with you some of the kind of things you need to consider. So when I talk to you about the 4 types of clients, DIY, DFY, BLY, and DWY, those are 4 opportunities to take your expertise and diversify it across multiple target audiences. So for those of you who've been listening to me for a while, can number 1, let me just pause for a second. Can you tell me of the ones that I've shared here with you today, what kind of clients you want to create products for? So you can say, LaShanda, I want to create products for the DIY client, the DFY, done for you client, the DWY, done with you client, or the BLY, be like you client. Who do you want to create stuff for this year so that you are opening up yourself to more revenue and you're working with other types of people? Because some of you, you don't just need to try and figure out how to get more people from your current target audience. You can diversify. So whatever you're doing in your business, some of you have been doing this for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. You're selling a product, right, to that audience. But there's probably a BLY group who go, man, if I could do what you've been doing for the last 5, 10 years, I would be off to the races, right? So maybe there's a B, and look at that, Levon says BLY. Maybe there's a Be Like You group out there who wants to know. And Levon, I mean, I'm sure there's so many beautiful things that you do. You have your affirmation cards. You have your t-shirts. I got my Sister Sense t-shirt on right now. You've got so many things that you've learned how to produce as a creativepreneur. There are other creativepreneurs on the come up that want to be like you, right? You've got your beautiful subscription box services. How many of you trying to figure out how to do subscription boxes? Levon, creator of Live Vibrantly, she's got all of these things underneath her belt. You've got a BLY audience. So again, being in a space where when you figure out your focus, your goals, and your income to be ready for more revenue, what you want to sell, what you are currently selling versus what you should be selling. Now, we can do one-on-ones together, but I'm telling you, if you can come out to the next workshop that I'm doing in either March or April, you need to be there. So email me, sistersense@gmail.com, and say, LaShanda, I am getting my coins together so I can be with you for your next workshop in April. So please put me on the list and please let me know. Because that's all I'm doing until next year. You'll get some virtuals from me for sure, like the blogathon that I'm doing tomorrow. So make sure that you register for the blogathon. But I don't do a lot of live workshops. It just doesn't work that way. Now, when we talk about you being ready for revenue, right? First thing I said to you is drop into the comment box. Let me know what kind of products you want to work on this year, whether it be DIY, do it yourself, DFY, done for you, BLY, be like you, and DWI, done with you. So those are Sister Sense signature acronyms that I've created based on the different types of clients that I've worked with over the years. The DIY, you already know. I mean, that's just common. But BLY, be like you, and DWI, done with you, those are my signature Sister Sense client types. Okay? And I see here DIY, DFY, BLY. Okay, so just a little bit of everything. Okay, now in addition to you identifying what, you have to identify when. Okay, these are the what types of clients you want to work with. When do you want to produce content for them? And do you have a store with the products in there for them? If you've signed up for the virtual, one of the things that you should have gotten was your digital planner, and a lot of ladies printed out their planners. One of the things that you'll get inside of your planner is your quarterly calendar. So essentially you can say, whether it be January, February, March, April, May, or whatever, what you're going to produce and when. So I want you guys to think about that. You know, this month I've launched the Monetize Now program. It's a 12-month program. and you can start whatever month you want and just keep going from there for 12 months. The Monetize Now program details are about that on the Rev Up page. So remember, at some point today, go to SisterSense.com/Rev Up so you can get your freebies. There are 2 free PDFs in there: the Fire Start Your Step sneak preview and the Fire Start Your Year 12-page sneak peek worksheets from the workbook. That's in there. Plus, you can register for the blogathon that I'm doing tomorrow. You don't want to miss that, right? But if you do miss it, you will get the replays so you can watch those later. Okay, so literally it's funny because while we were at the workshop, I had ladies sitting there. Rhonda was like, LaShanda, I'm registered for tomorrow. I said, you do know that I'm doing tomorrow for the ladies who couldn't be here today. She said, I know, but I want to be in tomorrow too. I said, Rhonda, I know she's wheels up. She's on her way back to Atlanta. Safe travels to you, boo. When you see this, you'll smile. But I definitely want to make sure for those ladies who couldn't hang out with me yesterday, we can have some fun tomorrow. So the blogathon is going to be at least 2 to 3 hours live, so I can help you create up to 30 days worth of content. I see my girl Faye in the building. Happy New Year to you, beautiful one. It's been too long. So good to see you here. I hope you're doing well, Faye. I miss you. I miss your beautiful face. I'm going to do the blogathon tomorrow. And again, all the links to what I'm talking about today, you can find at sistersense.com/REVUP, which stands for Rev Up. All right. So when the blogathon is tomorrow, Faye, it's at sistersense.com/Rev Up. It's going to be up to 3 hours, but if it's, because you just hearing about it right now, if you can't make it, boo, it's all right, but you will get access to the replays when you register, okay? So we're going to be working on blogging content, and like I said, the next workshop that I'm going to be doing is in April, and if you want to learn about doing that, coming out live so you can participate, just email me so I can put y'all on the wait list, all right? So let's dive into one of the topics that we talked about inside of the weekend workshop this weekend, which was more reach. So one of the things that I'm sharing with you guys today are some of my good acronyms. MORE stands for Master Originality, Reach, and Engagement. So you need to be in a space where you create more original content. Kind of like the what is it called? Red Table Talks with Miss Jada Pinkett Smith, her mama, and her baby, and everybody else that be sitting up on that, sitting at the red table. Jada has created her own beautiful platform. And if you want to be in a space where you can reach more people and be ready for more revenue, you got to do the same thing too. So thinking about how you're going to master originality, reach, and engagement is super important. So as I sit here and I adjust my ring light and I adjust my tripod, 15 ways till Sunday. Look at that. See? That's why I wasn't supposed to touch it. That's why I wasn't supposed to do nothing with it. As I adjust this way, 15 ways to Sunday, let's talk about what you can do as far as your reach is concerned. And this is one of the pages that you'll be able to print out in your little mini freebie sneak peek worksheet, okay? Now, in addition to MORE, one of the acronyms that I teach and I talk about all the time is AHSTAS, which is always have something to say, always have something to sell, and always have something to share. I always have something. So for those of you who couldn't come here to be with me this weekend, I got the virtual blogathon happening tomorrow. Always have something to say, something to share, and something to sell. You want to create consistent communication with your audience. That's super important. I see a couple of you guys jumping on here. Hello and welcome. Feel free to share out this, by the way, if you feel like somebody in your circle needs to hear it, or tag them in this either way. And of course, remember, if you're watching on the replay side, drop into the comment box, #replays rock. So always have something. I don't want you guys to be in droughts where 10 days or literally 3 months go by and you haven't said anything to your audience. I want you to be in a space where you can be more consistent. So working on your reach, one of the things I talked about this weekend was 30 in 30. What's 30 in 30? That's you sitting down and strategically thinking about how for 30 days you can consistently speak to your audience. I want you to think about some of the people that you follow and you are super impressed with. Maybe me. Maybe somebody else or a few other bodies else, whoever you impressed with, consider how consistent they are. And maybe that consistency is something that impresses you. You want people to convert and be in a space where they're buying your stuff, then you've got to create campaigns where you're being more consistent. So 30 and 30, that's one of the things that we worked on with the ladies this weekend, so they could create or at least start the process of outlining 30 pieces of content that they share over the courses of 30 days. Now, I'm going to give you some of the good that I gave to them this weekend, but just some of it, okay? So that you can work on 4 here, which is CMC, your content marketing calendar. Content is king when it comes to being online, and consistency is queen. And when you put them together, you can collect them coins, which is essentially what you need if you want to be ready for revenue, right? So let's talk about what you can do when it comes to the CMC content marketing calendar. Now, this is a 32-page workbook. You guys get 12 pages absolutely free when you go to sizzlesense.com/revup, okay? Now, one of the things that you'll get in there is one of the CMC content marketing calendar pages, which is this one right here. What you've got to do is you've got to think about the kind of content that you want to create and share with your audience. So literally today we did a social media engagement session, and I showed the ladies how to create content on their various platforms. So Faye, you will remember, because you have come out to my workshops, you know what it's like to get into the hot seat and do some micro videos sitting inside of the seat and, you know, doing some training sessions. So we did micro videos today for their brand. We did a few other things on their WordPress website, and we talked about the CMC content marketing calendar, right? I will write you to get on your calendar. Oh, awesome. Good. So remember, yeah, just check in with me and send me an email to let me know. Now, the 5-day is just going to give you a few ideas of content that you can consider creating. So here, number 1, first one, share a favorite thing or resource. Okay. So, you know, you're trying to figure out, how can I reach people more? I don't know what to talk about every day. What do I do today? You know, oh my God, you know, this is just me walking you through some ideas. Now, I have the complete content marketing calendar where I give you 31 types of content to produce. This is just a really short version of it. That's the one you get in the freebie that I'm talking about here. Now, let me say this. This workbook that I have here, this is what we went through as part of the weekend workshop. This is different from the virtual workshop where we went through well, not completely different, but we went through different aspects of setting up your year, working on your revenue, your reach, and your routines. So you can get the virtual workshop, you can get those replays, but because you didn't get to participate in the weekend workshop, I wanted to share some of the things that I did with the ladies here in Greenville over the last 3 days together live, okay? So first thing is thinking about if you've got a particular PYP, a product, so pick your products. PYP, pick your products. What's a product that you would like to consistently promote more often, right? When you look at the content marketing calendar, the idea here is to start creating content that's going to help you engage people, reach more people, and convert more people, getting them in a space where they're excited about your products. So favorite is you talking about sharing a resource or you sharing one of your favorite things, okay? So for example, when I said to you, listen, one of my favorite things is I use PayPal a lot for my e-commerce, and I updated my PayPal card reader from the old triangle that don't work no more to get one of these, and quite a few ladies said, oh my God, LaShanda, I got my reader. I didn't realize the old one was outdated. That's me sharing a resource. And then me saying to you, listen, I want to make sure that you've got your e-commerce essentials. So listen, go and get your e-commerce PDF. That's me sharing another resource. So think about some of your favorite things and how you can share them with people that you work with so that you can be a resource to them. Okay. And that in sharing your favorite things, you're creating connections as far as how you can monetize and be ready for revenue. So let me talk about that for a second. As you can see, the glow up is, well, let me turn on the light a little bit higher. Did the light change? Yeah, it did. bring it down. So when we did micro videos today, because today was the last of 3 days, I had the ring light set up in the suite, and all the ladies had their websites behind them, so it was branded. And then my hubby is taking photos of them, so they got the photography, the video, and all of that good. We worked on micro video branding today. I had my ring light, right? And so some lady said, oh my goodness, you know, LaShanda, where did you get your ring light? I need to get my ring light too. And I do have a page on my website where I share my favorite tools. And a lot of my favorite tools I get from the Amazon platform. So when they purchase those tools from me, I get a little bit of cha-ching on the side. You want to be ready for revenue. Make sure that some of the favorite things that you use when you've got people who want to be like you can share your favorites with them, right? So when you create a content marketing calendar, it's not just about creating content for just the sake of creating content. You want to create content that converts. So if you're going to share your favorite things, you might as well make sure you have some affiliate connections to those favorite things so you can bring in some revenue. Hello? So one of the pages I have on the site, it's called sistersense.com/web tools I use, no spaces. A lot of the resources there, that's where I share them. And so when people see me with the ring light and they go, ooh, where you got that ring light? Go to web tools I use. See all my resources. You can get the ring light there. You can say, yeah, you can go there, go get that, right? So this is what you need to do to be proactive about being in a space where you're ready for revenue. Number 2 here is this right here. It says share a free offer or a download. So you want to be in a space where you give people an opportunity to try before they buy. So I said to you, make sure that you write down sistersense.com/revup, REVUP. Why? Because if you go there, what I want to do is share with you some free good. So when you go there, one of the things that you can do is download a free 12-page of this workbook that we worked in as part of the workshop this weekend, right? Now, this is an opportunity for you to get some of the good that ladies have paid for and flew out to. I had ladies from Texas and Atlanta. Folks is driving in, flying in to come out and work with me as part of the Sister Sense Fire Start Your Year experience. And if you don't know me or you've never come out before, I want you to be able to try it. So one way is me coming on here and sharing some things you can do to fire start your year and be ready for revenue. Another way is me saying go and get your freebie guide when you go to sistersense.com/revup. So what you want to do is you want to think about some of your lead magnets and how often you promote them. Let me pause for a second because number 1, I'm thirsty. And number 2, I want to ask you a question. Those of you who have lead magnets, freebie offers on your website, how often are you promoting them? Okay, so when I ask you that question, tell me how often. A little bit, not a lot, number 1, or tell me when was the last time. So you've got a freebie lead magnet on your homepage. When was the last time you promoted that offer? Think about it, let me know. Okay. One of the things that we did today is we did a social media engagement session. I gave the ladies some of my templates so they could create social media content to promote their blog posts, their free offers, their paid offers as well. Being in a space where you're proactively creating your content is important. Okay. So it was not a rhetorical question because I see quite a few of you participating live. When was the last time you promoted one of your free offers? Okay, drop that in the comment box. That's number 1. Number 2, if you've got a free offer currently right now and you want to share it and shamelessly self-promote, drop that in the comment box. Give me your free offer link. Put it in there. So let me take a look at it. Maybe somebody else in my circle wants to take a look at it, right? Mentor Shelly said at least once a week. Okay, good. To be in the same room is full of great stuff. Absolutely. So good. So I'm seeing a couple of people saying last week, I ain't mad at you because that's pretty good. If you're in a space where you're proactively creating and promoting your freebie content, yes. But if you're in a space where you need to work at that and be more proactive, one way to do that is to integrate that into a CMC content marketing calendar. So give me a second. So while you guys are dropping into the comment box, number 1, a link to your freebie and a link to let me know the last time you did a freebie promotion, I could drink on some of this water. I'm hanging out with y'all tonight, and then super, super excited about hanging out with you guys tomorrow for the blogathon. The other day. Okay, well, hopefully the other day was a close day. So yes, being in a place where you can share your offers, very, very important, okay? And think about what it is, again, that you're focused on right now. What are your focus offers? That's really important. Now, one of the things that I want you to consider is your story, okay? Your story, your client stories. That is column number 3 here in this 5-day calendar. 5-day calendar number 3 says story. Share a client story or a how I story. So be in a space where you can engage people. If you want to convert more people, you want to be in a space where you can share experiences that your clients are having, right? So for example, sharing a client story. This weekend it was good. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was just a beautiful experience. And I did not cry because I'm a baby and I could cry. So I'm sitting there, well, no, standing, because I was getting a power snack. I was getting some fruit and vegetables. And one of the ladies said to me, she said, LaShanda. And I say, yes. She said, listen to me. I have spent a lot of money. And I'm not playing. I have spent thousands of dollars. I spent a lot of money on conferences and workshops and trainings. And what I got this weekend, bar none. She said, this is the best. I said, hold on. I got to get my camera. We got to put this on recording. I got to record this. So then I recorded the ladies and we were doing a little mini session, and I did not cry. But I did feel really good about, she said, you know what, you go to places and you want things and you expect things, and then you feel like you're going to get a bait and switch, and you spend all this money and you're going to get this and you don't get it. But you said, man, you gave it to me, and this was really, really well worth it. It was a great experience. I walked away with so much. This is the real deal. This is the real deal. And I'm going to be honest with you. I got bags under my eyes right now because I didn't do okay, we starting at 10 and we ending at 2 workshop. All right. When I said to me, okay, so Friday, the ladies got there. We started our sessions at 4. And we finished at about 12:30 midnight, after midnight. It was almost 1 o'clock. And I said, we got to go. It's time to sleep. Y'all, it's time to sleep. And so that was Friday. And here's the deal. I'm going to tell you why I love doing it in the suite. Normally I get a meeting space and we have the meeting room, but because it was in a suite, there were couches, they could sit down, people had their feet up, shoes was off, bras was getting popped. Folks was getting comfy. So we really had an opportunity to stay there and be comfortable. Day 2, I said, listen, y'all, I know I said I was going to start at 9, but I'm going to let y'all sleep in a little bit longer. We'll start at 10 o'clock. So we started at 10 on day 2. And once again, I said, all right, we started at 10. We're going to be done soon. We're going to be done at like 6 p.m. All right. So 10 o'clock came around and I was like, y'all still want to do this? They were like, come on, y'all. I'm in it to win it. 10:30 came and I was like, I want to go to sleep. And then Barbara was like, girl, I am working on my ebook. I'm putting it in my store. And listen, we was doing some fun stuff. So 10:30 passed. And I was like, y'all, it's 10:45. You don't got to go home, but you got to get up. I love you, but I want to go to sleep. So we finished about 12 o'clock yesterday. And the last lady left, I think, about 5 p.m. today. So we had a fun time. That's an interesting story. I shared that with you today, but in some way you want to share it. I see you guys are popping up in the little hearts and the little smiley faces and laughing at me. In some way you want to be able to share some kind of story so that you can get people engaged and you can let them know what you're working on or what it's like working with you. So I encourage you to do number 3 in this activity, which is either to share share a client story or to share a how I story. Give people a little bit of sense of the good of what it's like being with you, working with you, getting some of what you've got. And that's going to help to expand your circle. And here's the thing. When I say expand your circle, please don't get it twisted, because I don't think my circle is that big. My circle is really small in comparison to everybody else's or somebody else's. But here's the deal. I ain't trying to look at them. I'm studying me. I always tell you, it's not about everybody. It's about getting the right bodies. And I had the right bodies in my community this weekend. It was an intimate workshop. I do these for no more than, I said pushing it, I said 7, right? It was a 5 experience. So it was me plus 4 of the ladies. At most, I might do 5, 6. I don't even think I can do 6. I think 5 would just be the good, as good as it's going to get. So it's going to be a small experience going forward. But it's definitely a good one. So sharing your story, that's number 3. Number 4 here is projects. So you want to be in a space where you are ready for revenue. You've got to proactively get on your social media platforms and share. Remember I said to you, one of the things when it comes to reach, right? And I see some of you guys jumping on here to make sure you register for tomorrow's blogathon so that together we can work on some of your blog content. Make sure you go to sizzlesense.com/rev up. Register for the blogathon. Get your fire start your year, because the year has just begun. Get your planner. Get your workshop replays. Where is that thing? Your reach. I said you want to always have something to always have something to share, always have something to sell, always have something to say. So me giving you the content marketing calendar, at least a piece of it, I'm trying to get you to be in a space where you're more proactively and frequently sharing what you're doing with your client base. So here, column number 4 is project. Share a project you are working on. So let me ask you guys, what are you working on right now? Can you share a project and put a link in there if there is a link? Okay? Do that more often. So I have one of my ladies in my circle. I'm going to tell you a little story. This one will be shorter than the last one. I promise you. But one of the ladies in my circle, Denise, I think Denise is Sudanese. Denise lives in Sudan. I always confuse it, Denise. So you have to post it in there and be nice to me, because I know Denise lives in Sudan or Suriname. And forgive me, Denise, because I'm an American and I get things confused and I forget. But I think Denise lives in Sudan. I think. Anyway, long story short, she's one of my international clients. So she checks in with me this weekend and she goes, wait a minute. You are hosting a live workshop right now, and you're going to host a virtual workshop, blogathon, on Monday. How do you do that? And trust me, Denise, even though we haven't checked in a minute because I need to email you, I did get your email. I did see that. I'm always consistently sharing what I'm working on with my audience, right? So I want you to be in a space where you can, even when you're doing something else, even when your hands are full of other things, you're not dropping the ball and not engaging with your audience, right? Yeah, you can be quiet and be behind the scenes and doing your thing, but if you want to consistently bring in revenue, you've got to share what you are working on. You've got to share your projects with your circle. So let's see here, my audiobook and ebook. Good. Tips for Women Leaders, the freebie lead magnet at flourishleadership.com/NTWL7. NTWL7. Did I say that right? So flourishleadership.com/NTWL7. Networking tips for women leaders. I like how you put your short link in there, boo. That's what my mastermind ladies do. I taught the ladies how to do some short links this weekend as well. That's one of my favorite things to teach. So identify those of you who are participating live, or even if you're watching the replay, you can jump in and drop in there and share what you're doing right now. What's a project that you're working on, so you can share that with your community. So I said to you guys, I've got the blogathon happening tomorrow. If you want to participate live or via the replays, you can get the link and register over at sistasense.com/rev up. I have the Monetize Now 12-month program that recently launched this month. I'm super excited about that. I am launching and sharing Engage 24/7. That's coming up as well this month. It's supposed to come out the 15th, but I'm only human, so you know, sometimes the best laid plans, when you got too many things in the woodwork, sometimes you got to drop one. But Engage 24/7, that also is coming out this month as well, because I want to make sure that I can consistently share with the ladies in my circle how to engage their audience via social media platforms. So I've got these beautiful programs and workshops and experiences happening with my client base, and I always like to keep people in the loop. So I want you to be able to do the same thing too. What are you working on right now? I see a few comments, but I'm sure there's more of you who are working on some projects right now. Feel free to drop those into the comment box. And if you don't proactively tell your people about your stuff, nobody else is going to. So this is me kind of taking that moment to encourage you to be a little bit more proactive about letting people know what's coming up in the pipeline. Okay. Now, one way to share your projects is to simply, go on to the stories platform, whether it be Facebook stories or Instagram stories, and just post a picture of something that you're working on right now, so you can gauge your audience and let them know what's happening in the circle. So then last but not least, excerpt, right? So you want to share an excerpt, sneak peek, or content clip. Excerpt, sneak peek, or content clip. Okay, so you want to think about, for example, this is a really good example of an excerpt, right? Firestart Your Steps. This is the preview version of the writing project collaboration that I'm working on with ladies in my circle who want to share their startup stories, their smart start solutions, and success secrets. So quite a few of the ladies who came out to my weekend workshop, as well as some who weren't able to come out as well, they have been sending me pieces. Plus, with this, actually, I pulled a few pieces as well from some of my mentees, so I could create this sneak peek publication of what's to come as far as Firestart Your Steps. This is an excerpt, okay? And you can download this free version PDF when you go to sistasense.com/rev up, okay? What are you working on? What ebook? What physical book? What do you have going on right now that you can then go and say, here is an excerpt of what I'm doing? So I want more people to work with me. I'm super excited about my writing collaborations because I'm going to be launching so many of these in the Success Series. And I want people to be able to see themselves in there. I want them to be able to not only enjoy reading them, but write in them and become contributors. But in order for people to do that, they have to see themselves in it. Kind of like, when you go to a house and, you're looking to buy a house and the realtor is there and they put all of these beautiful things in there because they want you to see yourself in the house. You've got to create examples of what you're doing so that you can share those with your client base so they can see themselves and want more. Always give people an opportunity to try so they are going to want to buy more. So identify those things that you've got that you could really give people an excerpt of your good, and in essence, get them excited about getting more from you. All right. So one of the things that you get absolutely free is the 5-day CMC content marketing calendar, because what I did with the ladies this week is we did a 30-day. So either some ladies were able to map out the full 30 days or a good portion of the 30 days. So they're really, really intentional. So one of the questions I got, was, okay, so LaShanda, you really do a lot of planning. And I say, yes. You want to be in a space where you are consistently mapping out your future, what you're doing next, right? So being in a space where you can prepare for people coming to you and saying, oh, if you need this, you need that, here you go. Or being in a space where you can prepare for people coming to say, oh my gosh, I want to work with you in this way or that way. preparing for the content you want to create, preparing for the customers you want, creating the space for it. Some of you have a lot of stuff that you want and a lot of people you want to work with, but you've not created the space for it. So this revenue readiness conversation is supposed to allow you to not only kind of absorb some of the recommendations that I'm sharing with you, but to reflect on AIMS. Am I missing something? Are there pieces to this puzzle that I really need that I don't have? So one of the things that I said this weekend to a lot, to a few ladies in particular, is don't go down the rabbit hole. Okay. Michelle said, I launched today my first audio training, and it's at liveforochangellc.com/bust-fuds-audio. Okay, awesome. So that link is there. So if you want to take a look, I'll definitely do my best to do the same. That's great. But one of the things that I did recommend to clients is work on short links too. So it's easy for you to say, easy for people to say and remember and get to. So short links are awesome. I'm super proud of you, Michelle, for your new good. And I can't wait to see what that looks like. Your first audio training program. Yes! I love it. So being in a space where you can create your first or your next, be strategic, be intentional. I love to see when ladies can do that and complete. And as I mentioned before, not go down the rabbit hole. So a few ladies were in a space where they said, okay, well, I want to do this and I want to do this and I want to do this and I want to do this. Are you ever like that? I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do that. You can't go so deep down into the rabbit hole that you never actually do because you're so ingrained in or so deep in thought around what you are going to do that you never actually do. So one of the things that I want you to consider is to not go down the rabbit hole. So one of the things we did this weekend is at least identify 2 to 3 things that, number one, the ladies had completed that they could put online and put in the store, because they all needed to have the store on their website. That was missing. And AIMS, am I missing something? And then number 2, again, not go down the rabbit hole where it's like, I want to do this, and this. Okay, what do you want to complete after you've done the ready to release? The stuff that's ready to release, is it in the store? If it's not, let's get them things into the store, right? Then the stuff that you say, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. Okay, what you going to complete this quarter? Okay, what are you going to complete in January, February, or March? You got your planner, work on your quarterly calendar. I know that there's some things that you want to do later. That's great. You do it later. What can you do now? But I want to, some of this stuff is overthinking, right? So one of the ladies said to me this weekend is, man, LaShanda, you make technology so fun. I realized that I'm really overthinking these things. And I want you to be in a space where you find that you're making things, you want to think about, are you making things too complicated? You cannot be ready for revenue if it's going to take you like years and years and years to produce one thing. If you're making the process way too complicated, you're digging too deep down into the rabbit hole thinking about what you want to do versus actually doing, you're going to struggle. You're not going to be able to move it, keep it moving, right? So literally, being in a space where I could share with the ladies how to do micro videos, where they can quickly create social media content, where they can quickly put their products up. One of the ladies wanted to do something really simple. Some people have different websites. How many websites do you have, y'all? Drop in the comment box out of curiosity. If you have one site, put one site. Just put one. If you got 2 sites, 3 sites, how many websites do you have? She had 2 sites. And she said, you know what? For different reasons, this is my main website, but then I have this institute over here, right? And I said, well, your institute is kind of like a program from your main website. And she's like, yeah. So she's like, I like the fact that you are giving me different things that I can do to kind of meld the two and connect them. So I want to put the Institute onto the main website. How do I do that? So we went into her website, which is built on WordPress, and then I helped her put together in her navigation a new tab called Programs, and then under Programs, she listed her Institute. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So she's got just 2. I see some of you guys are dropping in here. 1 website, 3 websites, 2 websites. Okay, so she's got 2. And so we went into her website. Underneath Appearances, there's the menu tab. If you got a WordPress website, when you log in, your left side dashboard, you look underneath Appearances, there's the menu tab. So we went to Menu and we created a custom link. You could do this slowly, because some of you you got navigation on your website, but you don't know how to add new things to the navigation bar. Okay, can you add stuff to your navigation bar? Yes or no? If you got a WordPress website, do you know how to add stuff to your menu? So maybe you got your menu, but it's like 15 years old, because unless your VA does it or your web designer does it, you don't know how to do it. Well, we do a lot of hands-on stuff when we get together in my workshop. So I said, okay, go to your WordPress website, log in, go to your Appearance tab, go to Menu, then go to Custom Link, put in Program. Then underneath Program, put in your Institute. We updated her website, and she went, oh my gosh. She said, you don't understand. These are things that she said, sometimes I just feel so stuck because I'm waiting for so many other people to get all of these little things done for me, and you're literally showing me how to do these things on my own. I have one of my clients who has been paying a VA for years to update her blog, and I showed her how to go in there and add her post this weekend, because like I said, tomorrow we're going to be working on you creating up to 30 days worth of content. So again, make sure that you go and register for the blogathon, right? So when you go to sizzlesense.com/rev up, register for the blogathon. Hey, Cynthia. Cynthia was one of the beautiful ladies who participated this weekend. I cannot believe you are here, my dear. You are home safely. Mwah. Thank you so much for participating. Y'all, if you don't know Cynthia, you need to. Cynthia, make sure that you drop into the comment box your URL for Cynthia White and Associates. Cynthia is this beautiful sister girl right here who participated in the workshop, and we shared her awesome article on what you need to do to dress like a success inside of the sneak peek of Fire Start Your Steps. You can get the sneak peek PDF at sizzlesense.com/rev up. That's number 1. And number 2, make sure that you register for the blogathon that's happening tomorrow, okay? So that you can be there with me, so I can empower you, so you don't have to wait on the VA and the web designer too to do some of these things that honestly you could do yourself. Right? So being in a space where you're consistently creating your content more and you're learning how to do these things for yourself, really, really important. And as I said, for those of you who said you've got 2 websites or 3 websites or more websites, if there is any type of overlap or synergy, make sure that you're cross-promoting yourself on your different websites so that you have an opportunity to make people aware of things that they may otherwise not be. Okay? Because if I just know you give me this one website, I don't have telekinesis, I'm not a mind reader, I'm not a psychic, I don't know you have other resources and programs if they're not visible to me. So I wanted to make sure that ladies could, number 1, interconnect their websites so the main website could showcase some of their other projects and programs, and that also the products that they have, they could put into a store. So on the page that's inside of your worksheet, the free version, make sure that you take a look at the e-commerce essentials. What I did is I helped the ladies set up their Sells store. You can do a 14-day free trial, and then you can either upgrade to a premium level, or you can just keep the free version of Sells and use that platform. That's the platform that I use to set up my main store on my website. All right. So I'm going to share one more thing with you today, and then I'm going to wrap it up because I need to go to sleep. Brent is already sleeping, and then I will wake up early in the morning, in the AM, so that I can hang out with you guys for the blogathon. As I mentioned to you before, if you would like to come out to, if you would like to come out to Greenville, to North Carolina for my next workshop in April, email me, let me know, sizzlesense@gmail.com, that you're curious to learn about the details, and I will share that with you. Now, I'm going to share a page with you that is not in the freebie. It's not in the freebie worksheet, okay? Don't tell nobody I'm going to share this one with you. Okay. You only going to get it here. Now, I've created 5 pages in this workbook so we can talk about your offers. And I said this is going to be a revenue readiness conversation, so you've got one of the 5 pages. This one is on what you're currently selling versus what you want to sell versus what you should be selling, okay? I'm going to share another one of those pages with you. It's not in your freebie, okay? And the only way you could get this one is if you came out live. So you ain't going to get the workbook because the whole workbook is for the ladies who came out live. But you can get the virtual workshop. And we talked about some great things that you need to do with respect to your revenue, your reach, and your routines too. If you did not participate in my virtual workshop, the replays are available on that website, scissorsense.com/revup. So here is another offers page that you can think about when it comes to preparing for the revenue that you want. This is called a price point focused sales funnel. Okay? So in here, I've divided it into 3 columns. You identifying a sequence, an experience where you say, you know what? I've got several offers that are connected. And so how the connection works is the person will get a free $0 free lead magnet. What's that? Then they're going to get an LPP that's anywhere between $1 to $100. What's that? Then once they've gotten that, they're able to get another offer that's somewhere between $100 to $1,000. What's that? Now, when we have this conversation around looking at your offers, essentially, for the ladies who came out and worked with me directly, I gave them 5 different ways to look at their offers. This is one of them. So you're trying to be strategic and intentional. What you want to do is work on creating experiences for your client base. Experiences, meaning that they are having opportunities to work with you. And I see quite a few of you guys are coming in. Hello, welcome. And I'm super excited to be able to work with some of you as far as the blogathon tomorrow. You want to have experiences where people can go with you, try before they buy. So that $0 offer is the try, right? And then that $1 to $100 offer is to try a little more. Try a little, buy a little more. And then that $100 offer to $100,000 is that HPP, let's level up and keep it moving. What kind of experiences like that have you created for your client base? A price point focused sales funnel, right? So being in a space where you might go, you know what? I feel you, LaShanda. I'm really getting excited. I'm enjoying your workshop. I'm going to go to scissorsense.com/revup. I'm going to go download my free little workbook here. It's 12 pages. She's giving me some good. I'm going to print it out. I'm going to sit down and think about what I need to do to map out my master plan. I'm getting excited. That's your freebie, right? You get that. You get excited. And then you say, you know what? I got through all 12 pages. The last page is there are links in there and you say, you know what? I do want to get that workshop. I do want to get access to the virtuals. That's you get one to get your good, right? You getting that next level up. You getting access to the replays. Or you know what? She's doing a blogathon and it's $30. Come on now. I'm getting a webinar intensive for $30. Can't beat that with a bat. I'll be getting my little good on up in the middle, right? And so then maybe you participate in that and you say, you know what? I've been thinking about it. I've been praying on it. I want to work on this thing. I like your energy. I like your smile. Well, my girl Marilyn, she came out. She said, I like your little face. Never mind. I got the biggest head on the planet. I got a short little body like this and a big old head. My hubby be like, look at your little bobber head. But Marilyn said, you know why I came out? Because I be watching you on the Periscope and I like your little face. So you might go, you know what, I did the webinar, I got my freebie, and I do want to come out. I want to work with you. I want to be there in North Carolina. I want to do a workshop with you in April, and then you go on to that. That's an experience. You want to think about how you can create those kind of experiences for your clients and create different offers, what you've got versus what you want to create, the time and dates you want to create them, versus me sharing different types of examples of offers to you and you go, oh my God, that's a great idea. I want to create that. That's one way of looking at your offers, and we talked about that earlier. But then also you want to create these experiences where people can grow with you, from that free 99 free offer to that LPP to that HPP. What kind of offers do you have that are interlinked, connected, that take people through that 3-step experience? Okay, that page is not in your freebie, but I wanted to share it with you because I'm so committed to helping you with your revenue. Okay, Faye is laughing Faye is laughing at me right now. Short link is bit.ly/bustfuds. All right, E. Michelle. So E. Michelle is the awesome lady in the circle who has created her first audio-based training, and she posted the link, and I said, I love it, but I even would love it even more if you had a short link. Baby girl already got her short link, right? So E. Michelle has her short link for her new audio training. I and you and all of those of you who are curious to take a look can go to bit.ly/bust, BUST, FUDS, FUDS. All right now. So I needed to say it out loud because some of you guys can see it if you're watching via the Facebook, but when I post this on YouTube, y'all ain't gonna see all this commentary. So I got to make sure that I can post that and share that on the different platforms as well. So that's really important to me too, being in a space where I can share with you different routines, things that you can do on a more consistent basis to reach more people. So more often than not only am I going to say to you, oh, you can go here and sign up to this, or you can go here and sign up to that, I'm going to make sure that I'm proactively cross-promoting my content. So one example of cross-promotion I said to you is if you have more than one website, if you've got 2 websites, 3 websites, 4 websites, make sure that some of those links are being featured so that people can find you on either platform, or rather they can find your other services and products across platforms. And then of course, this is a great example because I just said to you, when I do my Facebook web classes, or if I do these things on Periscope, I'm also going to download these things and upload them to YouTube. So maybe there are people who don't watch me on Facebook that go hashtag replays rocks. Yay, I'm watching you on YouTube. I'm super excited. For me, that's what organic marketing is all about. You want to reach more people. You've got to create that in content. You've got to consistently have conversations. You've got to have your content marketing calendar, and then create experiences. Again, it's not about you reaching everybody, but the right bodies. And the only way you're going to reach the right bodies is if you consistently communicate with your community. And that's something that we talked about today when the ladies came out and worked with me as part of the 3-day experience. So, all right, y'all, that's it. That's all I'm going to say today. If you have any questions for me, feel free to drop them into the comment box. If there's anything that I said today that was helpful to you, maybe you figured out that maybe you need to do a DIY or a BLY, maybe you figured out that you need to create some sort of price point based sales funnel, whatever it is that you feel like maybe kind of gave you a little bit more clarity today, feel free to drop that in there as well. You can always email me your questions, sizzlesense@gmail.com, or while you're on the sizzlesense.com website, you can click that gray tab on the right and send me a voice message. And definitely for those of you who are curious or interested in coming out and working with me for the next workshop that I do, more than likely will be in April, so that you can spring into action. Feel free to email sizzlesense@gmail and say, LaShanda, I want to be there in April. I want to be there, so that I can make sure that you are one of the first to get the details on that. Good. So good night. But all right, I want to make sure I can see if there's any commentary for me or any questions that you guys feel like you want to drop into the comment box before I go. Any final questions, feel free, or comments, because I would love to see what you guys are going to be working on. Feel free to drop those into the comment box for me. And then what I'm going to do is I will share so much more good with you tomorrow when we dive into our blogathon, our full day. Somebody said to me, I don't know, how long is this blogathon going to be, girl? I said, listen, more than likely it's going to be like 2 to 3 hours. But when I start going and y'all start asking me questions and stuff, I just keep it moving. I just keep going. Because I love to teach and I love to make sure that you guys feel empowered, and excited about the things that you're learning. Let's see here. E. Michelle says, you've taught me so much, sis. Thank you for the shout out. Oh my goodness. Much appreciated to you, my dear. Anything that I can share, I will share it. So I'm super proud of you. Congrats again on your new audio-based training. Faye says, the webinar replays plus the bonus. Can it still be purchased? Yes. Yes, the webinar replays plus the bonuses for the Fire Start Your Year, they are there. They're there. The Fire Start Your Year, when you, if that's what you're talking about, the virtual, it still has the bonuses. They're still there as well. You are great as always. This week I will be talking about this launch and other goodies. Yeah, definitely. So you've got to focus. One of the things I talked about this weekend was PYP. Pick your products and pick your platforms. So your product being your product being your new audio-based training, picking your platform so that you can strategically talk about that product, and using that 5-day calendar. Again, it's just super, super awesome. The 31 ways, that's the best. But even in the 5-day, you can share excerpts of some of your audios. You can share basically, hey, this is the project I'm working on. I just launched my new audio-based series. You can share a story, let people know how you did something, why you did something, what somebody maybe has said about it, your reasoning behind creating your new audio training. Share a story. You can share a free offer or download. Maybe you created a lead magnet to connect to that particular training. And you can share a favorite thing or resource, something maybe you said inside of the training that was helpful, and say, listen, I'm going to share this with you guys absolutely free, but I got some more good for you in my audio training. So you want to go get that bit.ly link and make sure you get the full audio, right? So this is a 5-day calendar, but you can literally take this 5-day process and apply it to anything. Again, my full calendar is 31 types of content. But in this case, I'm giving you some of the good, absolutely free. It's just kind of a way to open up the ideas and the possibilities of what you can work on. Is any of the CMC inside of the planner? That's a good question. I don't do the CMC inside of the Fire Start Your Year planner. I thought about it, but it is separate of the planner. It's available as part of the Content Creation Challenge. And if you don't know about the Content Creation Challenge, it's a 90-day challenge so that I can help you work on creating your content. And the blog challenge is one thing. Then the blogathon, that's tomorrow. The Content Creation Challenge. You can learn more about that over at CDP. If you were to go to, and I don't know, Michelle, I feel like you did the Content Creation Challenge. If you did the Content Creation Challenge, or you have access to it, but you didn't dig into it yet, the Content Marketing Calendar, the full version, is in that. So who has access to the Content Marketing Calendar? People who did the Content Creation 90-Day Challenge. If you didn't do the challenge, you can go to sistersense.com/CDC for Create Digital Products to learn more about that 90-day challenge. That's number one. And the people who came out to this workshop, they get access to the full 31 days. But it's not in the planner, no. That 130 pages, 32 pages would be like 300 pages. But I thought about it and I was like, I'll leave that for something else. But great questions, ladies. My heart goes out to you. I totally enjoy talking to you. And I have so much more to share with you, but I'm going to wrap up this one so that I can be fresh and alert to talk to those of you who will be participating live in the blogathon tomorrow. But again, always make sure that you turn on your alerts and notifications on both Facebook and YouTube so that you can get those alerts when I'm doing these live sessions, these web classes. And of course, if you have any questions, email sistasens@gmail.com, sistasens@gmail.com. And you can always click that gray tab on the right side of the sistasens.com website to send me a voice message. So alrighty, y'all. That's it. Bye.